sitting at the beach, staring at the water, and thinking to myself how every day we have the chance to choose how to be the best version of ourselves. And even though we question it so many times, because when we can't see what we're doing now, and we question to see is it the best me I'm being, especially when we're seeing our faults, when we're seeing the things that doesn't feel like it's the best version because the results that we want or the results that we think that we should be having, we're not seeing. So the question comes in: how do we continue to be the best version of ourselves when we question ourselves and we doubt ourselves so often? Sometimes we just pop in the midst of all the wind and all the sand and all the confusion that's happening out there, just to remind you that you get to choose to be the best version of you every single day. So when you get opportunities like this and you get opportunities to actually look at peace and serenity, it helps you to know how imperfect the world is around us and how we get to choose every single day how we want to show up and who we want to show up as. And that's my favorite part about existing and being, is that I don't have to try and prove myself to anyone, and neither should you. Neither should you be in a state of trying to prove. However, what you do get the chance to do is to keep working on yourself, keep growing and learning ourselves, keep understanding ourselves, keep knowing what works and what doesn't. Listening to what others may say. Now, listening doesn't necessarily mean that you have to take all what they're saying into part and change who you are. But listening just for the sake of being open to hearing others and their thoughts and what their perceptions are. And if you trust them, if you trust what they're saying, it's coming from a good space, then you get to, isn't it beautiful? Absolutely. Just saying, you're some beautiful places out here. They're doing their meditation. They're doing their retreat. It's the best me. Only you get to decide that. Only you get to decide that. So peaceful. I love listening to the water as it hits the rocks. Some folks are doing their yoga on the beach. It's fun to do meditation and breathing on the beach. It's my last day I head home, and I have to say goodbye until I get to come back again and again and again and again. And isn't this beautiful? Aren't you deserving of self-love? Aren't you deserving of time for yourself? Just to work on being the best version of you. Sometimes you have to take a pause out from the chaos and take a pause out from the world and shut the world down. And just remind yourself, go back to your own base and just have today I heard the version about how we make things impossible. And the only reason we make things impossible is because we don't fully understand what possible can be. So, as you consider what you want to do for your next, what you want to do for your year, what you want to do beyond the now, think about the things that you thought that were impossible, and how can you begin to gain more understanding into creating things that make them more possible. The birds. Birds around. Simply beautiful. So what is the best version of you? You get to ask yourself that. You get to ask yourself that. You get to move yourself towards that direction. What is the best version of you? And when you think that's the best version of you, trust me, I think it's even better. Because I still think we limit ourselves and still question ourselves. And we only allow ourselves to what's limited. I remember when I was thinking of buying a home out here, and I was like, that's impossible. I'm not in any state to buy a house. And I'm like, well, you know, who owns houses? I used to bring our ladies here for retreats. First, we started with this house. That was our first house we started our retreats with. And then I had a retreat where we had all three of the houses. Oh my goodness, that was so massive. That was my biggest retreat here. Like, we had all three of the houses. And in the interim of it, I heard, wait a minute, you can have your beach too. You can have a house out here. And I was like, I'm not in any state to buy a house. And I was, well, it felt like it was the most impossible thing to even desire to want to think about how, welcome to my oasis. You see what I'm looking at? What I'm sitting down looking at, I'm sharing it with you. Now, my home is not on the beach. I will tell you, my house is not on the beach. My house is 5 minutes away driving. It took me 12 minutes walking. And to know that I can just get here at any time. I still live in New York, so we fly out from New York. It takes about 4 hours to get to Aruba. But then to know that when I get here that there's this peace, and I thought this was impossible. And I actually get to come out here almost every month. Sometimes once every 2 months. But I get to come out. And there's the house. Right now we have ladies who are hosting their retreats. She has her retreat, my sister's here. And we started 2 years ago when I had a retreat, helping retreat hosts learn how to do retreats. And so now sit here and watch her host her own retreats. This is her third one or second one. And she's going to be doing one in Costa Rica and amazing places next year. I'm going to be doing one. My next retreat, guys, is going to be we just did one in Morocco this year. In 2024. 2023 we did Bali and of course Aruba. This year we're going to go to Singapore, Malaysia and Thailand. It's going to be a three location retreat. Pray for me in August. But then I get to come back here every month or every other month, and I get to host intimate one-on-ones or small groups and just help them to find the best versions of themselves, help them to dream bigger, help them to plan bigger, help them to grow. And a lot of things happen right here in this pier. Right here in that pier, a lot of transformation has happened. Ladies have cried and released. And I call these my healing waters. Because so much healing takes place out here. This is my favorite space to be. step. It's the journey. It's the understanding. It's the trusting. It's the knowing. It's the abiding. It's the loving and understanding that all is love in spite of, in spite of. Alright, I'm gonna jump off now. Hope you got what you needed. I know I got what I needed. And if you have to go back and listen to it, there'll be a message in there for you. Go out there and be the best version of you. Let all the naysayers or all the impossible things or the challenges and things that may make you think you can't stop you. Yes, you can. It is so very possible. So very possible. Hi, Dawn. How are you? Yeah, the ladies are right here.